You guys remember that music that played when your mom wanted you to clean the house? It was Sunday morning and it was really loud and it was almost always gospel music. I don't know if that happened in your home, but that happened in my place. Was it Zambian music or was it non-Zambian music? Welcome to the Elephant in the Room, and we're discussing some really wonderful topics today. I'm your host, Jordan Lasaka, and this is going to be a really great show. I hope you stick around for the rest of it. Please like, share, comment, tag as many people as possible, and let them come through and join us as we discuss the elephant in the room. And today's motion, I listen to Zambian music versus I do not listen to Zambian music. Hey, today's going to be a fun episode. I'm excited to hear what this is going to be like. So here are the rules in case this is your first time. If it's not, you know the drill. Two teams of boys come up to the stage, they battle it out, they recite, they share, they talk, they do their thing, and hopefully they win you over to their side of the argument of the elephant in the room. You decide who the winners are. Get in the comments and let us know. Oh, this team won me over. Nah, that team did not win me over. I think these are the guys who are right. I was swayed at the very end, but I still stand by these guys. You will let us know. But anyway, without saying too much, let's meet our team leaders today as we discuss the elephant in the room motion of I listen to Zambian music. Two team leaders that are proposing to the motion, King TMC and Phinix. Check this out.
How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kongwani Stanley Simwaba, aka King TMC. I'm a lawyer by profession, a writer, and a rapper. And we are here today to talk about the elephant in the room, which is I listen to Zambian music. My team and I are proposing to the motion that we listen to Zambian music. You guys remember those old good days when you'd watch your neighbor, like Jordan Katimbola said? You guys remember before MC Wabino became a comedian, how he'd make us feel good when he said, Mwana. Today we are about to convince you that Zambian music is the dopest thing ever. And these guys are saying they are not listening to Zambian music. My team and I will shut them out. Moment of silence.
What's good, people? My name is Bupe Kalokoni and I am also known as Phinix. I'm a poet, I'm an artist, but in the real world, outside, I'm an accountant. You know, I'm with the team that is opposing the motion, saying that I listen to Zambian music. Reason why we are opposing it is because we love authenticity and we believe everything that's trending right now in Zambia is not from here, to be honest. Have you seen these guys? They look like they were inspired by Wizkid and some Ugandan music with King Mswati as their ruler. Anywho, I hope you guys have a blast. Enjoy this. Peace out.
So you heard from your team leaders. There's a little bit of exciting trash talk there, but you know, it's all love. Let's hear from the first poet that is on the proposing team. Behold, the poet.
When you hear the drums beating at the town square, it's a signal. The king's mouthpiece has a message to deliver. The thundering of the drums beating in sync with my heart, I can feel it. Through my feet, I can feel it vibrating, shaking the ground beneath me. Every lyric, the king's decree, like a chord wrapping me in a feeling unfamiliar but something my soul agrees to. It got me electric waving. I can't control my feet from tapping, initiating a body move like the rhythm has snatched my body and I am in the song and the song is in me. The kind of song that makes you feel like you can grip the whole lot of the stars and make them dance at your feet. The kind of song that liberates the soul. And as you dance, you shake off every burden. And not only does it lighten the mood, but brings and joins different peoples together. The kind of song that feels like home, a place like no other, sound like no other, the type and rhythm, unique to itself. Behold, dare to listen.
That was Behold, the first poet from the proposing team, and He's setting the pace. Let's see what the opposing team has to offer. A round of applause for Charlie from the opposing team. Charlie, take it up, bro.
My name is Temba. I come from a nation birthed from the womb of the great Zambezi. Down the mighty roar of thunder, I heard Victoria calling my name. Rising from the ashes with the faith of a phoenix, 1964, mother was born. And later she gave birth to a rhythm that made the Ngoma paint our land with colors, uniting our hearts into one musical heartbeat. Breaking all known barriers between cultures and tradition, between the chasm which divides the divine and the devoid. Alamwandini. Apart from beating up the drums, Nyimbo Zatu, our songs, implants a lyrical vibe onto our melanin, onto our dark-skinned faith, and right there the light shines, shining brighter than two African suns. My brother and I wipe our feet on the rhythm rug before going to bed and hear horror stories from our parents on how the music died in the future. And boy, that's scary. I mean, I've only seen 10 suns over my life. What am I supposed to do apart from beating my chest? Boom, 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 and the fear is gone. And maybe I will understand the language of King Kong and travel the distance between two stars, illuminating the glory and wisdom in our songs. And just maybe the legends about the day the music died will be nothing but a bad dream. I mean, I doubt if mother will be proud seeing what ruins our music will become. A toothless bulldog without a culture to call home. An infidel spitting on the innocent heartbeat of our rhythm, our songs. Nyimbo Zatu. It will be a poison, a stench, liquefying the ears and the noses of our souls and hearts and brains too, until everyone is turned into a puppet dancing in the club as the devil masturbates to your nonsense called Z music. And I don't care what form it will take. New wave, electrical wave, sound wave, and water wave, that trash will be garbage. Club music chasing the wind. And I'm pretty sure Uncle David Chipampe will say something like where the wind blows, that's where our music will go, and that's garbage.
Okay. So clearly the first team ups, the teammates are coming through and delivering the fire and the flames. Without wasting much time, I'd like to hear from your comments though. Who do you think is taking the fire? Who do you think is heating up? Who do you think is going further? Yo, please put your hands together for Zach TRP as he comes to take stage and propose to the motion and listen to Zambian music.
Mr. Speaker, allow me to speak through your speakers and let that speaker listen to my speaker. Sometimes the beautiful chords are the ones we don't play, and sometimes sounding more better than the ones we usually play. Mr. Speaker, allow me to speak through your speaker and let my speaker make the overall speaker. Sometimes the beautiful chords are the ones we don't play, and usually sounding more better than the ones we usually play. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because I live in an asteroid. It's more planet of my own, but I still practice self-denial. It's funny how people know me, but I still struggle to see them with my own two eyes. See, the old guitar folks would tell you stories through strings and narration through the combination of chords. So tell me, who do you listen to? But I am proud to be Zambian. Others think I am unsophisticated and clearly brainless when I tell them I listen to Zambian music. But I'm a child of Kanindula, that's my culture. A child of rumba music, that's my identity. A child of folk music, that's my pride. Born from the east, but I can shake my waist even in my worst moments. Zambian music brings me back to life. So tell me, who do you listen to? Our parents grew up listening to likes of Pike Chishada, Pongozi, and Mayenge. Still now, I grew up listening to that. Modern music, likes of Mumbayachi, James Sakala, Wezi. Tell me, who do you listen to, Vasakala? Mr. Speaker, allow me to speak to your speaker and make that speaker sound less in speaking. Zambian music, a type of medicine that can heal your ears. If you do not listen to Zambian music, then it's something that really makes you mad. Zambian music is more like a DICK. Whenever it's inside, you are always stuck on it. When a girl calls me a dog, I accept that. Not because all men are dogs, it's because I've done a lot of dog styles in the past. So sometimes when you do not listen to Zambian music, you're like a dog that always gets back to its old vomit. You are boring to others. Mr. Speaker, allow me to speak to your speaker and let these other speaker sound more lesser speaker. When a girl calls me a dog, I repeat that. When you do not listen to Zambian music, you're like a dog that always gets back to its old vomit. So you're boring to others. Zambian music never taught a girl how to twerk. It's always this unknown Western, unknown culture music that made Mutale twerk to that sound that she didn't even understand. Correct me if I'm wrong. Zambian music is one of the best music in the southern part of Africa, and it kills the West. The West. And make you as Zambian listeners feel better. So if you do not listen to Zambian music, sometimes you'll be like not even shaking your world. Zambian music makes you understand the other side of your life. Likes of Flap D, Hip Hop, Makitu, Pompi, Rumba, Kings Malembe, Malembe, Lekafie, Nkolembe Lembe, Chester, cause neck fire fie, Munembe Nembe. Zambian music makes people understand more that they can see. It gives you a perception to what you can see. It gives you an imaginative lens from what you've heard. Likes of Pongozi, Pikechishala. These are the guys our parents used to roll with. So when you don't roll with Zambian music like that, to me you're like a dog that always gets back to its old vomit. You are boring.
Well, okay, so there's some interesting analogies in that poem there about people that don't. You know what? I'm going to let the next person from the opposing team come up and let's see what they have to. Please put your hands together. Well, you know, I don't know if you're clapping wherever you are, but clap for them nonetheless. A round of applause for Mystique as he comes to the stage. A round of applause, please, for Mystic. I think I said that right. Mystic. Yeah, Mystic.
So there we start. My brothers and I. Puberty left its scars and the 20s couldn't wait to get their turn. I was a teen. Growing far too fast and learning far too slow. Far too few were willing to mentor me, and far too many songs were far too willing to imprint their opinions of their not so creative creators on our not so mature minds. This evening we chose to receive the lecture off the hands of our grandmother. We sat around the fire as her thoughts burned to be shared. The flames of her wisdom rose and licked the soot that covered the eyes of our moral compass, and now we can see. Now we can see that the majority of Zambian music has no direction. How a beat and the rhythm is all it takes to classify a song as a hit, even when the lyrics are no better than child's play. But as long as you can kick it like Jean Claude Van and have a damn put her rare end in your face, then it's awesome, right? The grey hairs on our grandmother's head testified of how our music is losing its blackness. How forced metaphors and punchlines are taking the place of culture in our tales. We keep following the trails that have been set by foreign musicians, and we expect to someday hit the scene. No, we will remain tales. We keep telling tales totally diametrically opposed to our own, taking a feat tantamount to tearing down our own legacies and cementing that of distant lands. How on earth does singing of violence and claiming to be kings put you on a pedestal? Leave those that sing songs of who we truly are in the archives of our memories, reserved to only sing or perhaps to be played at events where youths are seldomly invited. My grandmother, she complained of how songs like Mumbamvera, Mumbamvera, Mumba Mwana Wanga have been replaced by the likes of Yaliba Pengi and Futi Mumino. I would blow up the next word before it ever gets uttered. Don't you realize that the moral decay that we see in today's teens can be attributed to the songs that they hear the so-called role models sing? As our grandmother spoke, the sparks that flew off the logs of the flames of our wisdom seared holes in my tongue, numbing me to the test for our current music, blinding my palate from envisioning the foretaste of what it could be. At this trajectory, I don't see our music getting any better. You can say I lost an eye for it. That is why I choose not to lose anything else to it. It is thus my strongest resolve not to give it an ear.
Okay, so you heard it from two of the points from the proposing team, two of the points from the opposing team, and now we're going to hear from our team leaders. Yo, so King TMC is going to come through first, and then Phinix is going to come through right after. You will not see me to the very end, but so far, tell me, who do you think is taking the cake? Who do you think is right? Who do you think is not so right? Who do you think has been left to the right? Sorry, that was a bit late. I apologize. I tried. Please forgive me. But please put your hands together, share those likes, and let us know who you think is winning so far. A round of applause for King TMC.
Hi Charlie, that was bravo. I like what you did for us though. I see ashes, but no Phinix. A nation without its culture is often likened to a tree without its roots. I remember. It was in 2012 when it first came out. 416 pages of nothing but pure artistry, artistic. A book that encapsulates Zambian music, legends. An anthology of Zambian music told from times prior, told by an unknown grind that Leonard Koloko, a mysterious yet cultured man that told stories beautifully. He came and wrote from its inception, from the Genesis. He wrote like he was some type of Moses trying to part that proverbial Red Sea of nothing but meat that needed to be debunked, and I banked on what I heard and thought I knew about Zambian music until I dumped my focus in that trunk of enlightenment. And behold, therein I learned about one of Zambia's greatest ethnomusicologists, that Dr. Mwesa Mapom, who spoke of how a society, how an organization of people is influenced by the music that they listen to. And he spoke vividly and passionately about Zambian music. I remember it was back then when I was transported into the times like it was Back to the Future, to the 1950s when the Federation of Rhodesia and Nyasaland was in full force. I remember when Alfred Mapiki, Bartholomew Wale were legendary names of folk singers that sang songs of liberation and emancipation. Long before that legendary Ali Kinkata could even broadcast, long before Lazarus Tembo cried for all Zambians to help each other through his song. That's Zambian music at its core. That's authenticity. And definitely long before that Dizema said, Ash, Shibaba, who. I remember. And I thought I knew Zambian music until I read that 416 pages of nothing but pure art. Because when I was young, my father introduced me to the likes of Kalindula, Amayenge Zamok. I remember listening to them with the Mena Boys, Pike Chishala. I remember listening to all these legends that you talk about, and I was influenced with that music. It runs deep in my blood. I remember when I read that book, I felt it. Just like you feel me, I felt it. I felt Zambian music at its core. Because now I listen to Zambian music backwards. Every time Abel Chongo sings with that soothing voice of his, I am teleported back through time to when Mainza did the same thing. I remember that time. I remember that time when Alusu got into an accident with that BMW. May his soul rest in peace. I remember when PJ said, when I'm gone, and then Dave followed suit. I watched my neighbors just like Jordan Katembula warned me. I remember back then when Danny told Joe Chibango, we miss you. I remember how Zambian music was so soothing and so electrifying. I was there and I listened to it still. I listen to Zambian music still. I remember how hard it was back then for kids to rap, but now time has fixed that gap from Zamrock to hip hop and now this trap. But I always listen to Zambian music until my bit drops, because I too am a Zambian music after all, and my friends are too. King.
Z music is whack. It is powerless. What? No, it has no what's, it is powerless. Facts. You can't cure no remedy this. I know, I reminisce, I know. My eye checks my mind's gallery for clearer pics, but instead I found videos, and as I try to play them back, I realized that there's no external storage that has the capacity to drive me hard down this memory lane. As I look back, I may have been 10 and as a kid as Temba. I still remember Gogo's voice in my head, which was so clear, still as clear today as it was back then, back when she told me not to lose my soul, that rhythm, that glow, that feeling, that real freedom is gold. See, I don't listen to Zambian music and I will not hide the fact that most of our sound is similar to UFOs in that it is unidentified. And most of it is uninspired, uneducated, living much to admire, clout chasing, lust elevating, society misdirecting, such quagmire. That's why I'd rather listen to something that is authentically clear. We should just bundle up most of our artists into a genre called Luis Suarez because they like to bite off what they say loco is lacquer, but the whole time they're trying to replicate, see, it starts in the mind. Then they argue with the next guy about being better than them. See, copy is trying to invalidate their own kind. So I pledge to stay true to my roots. I'm Kunta Kinte, I'm Groot. No, he say, she say, I'm the youth. This poem's vintage is the solemn proof. My Gogo gave me the solemn truth that I forever keep here, a crown jewel. And it's far from this mediocre, nonsensical, Yuko-Z urban. It's more than hype, it's the type that'll keep your eyes glued to the call of the curtain. It's the type that is certain and speaks to the hurting. Identity lack is what our apparently black music is flexing. So for now, join Charlie, Mystic, and Phinix as we pray for God to save the sound of this nation. Amen.
Wow. Well, I'm so glad I'm not deciding who the team winners are, who the team that's gonna take this cake. With the elephant in the room being discussed as I listen to Zambian music versus I do not listen to Zambian music. What do you guys think? The poets came through and they battled it out. They gave you their side of the story. Who do you think won? Get in the comments and let us know. And from all of us, the elephant in the room, thank you for joining us. I have been Jordan the Sucker. We're gonna catch you guys on the next episode. Peace, love, and grace. Mad love to you all.